على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم. وقل رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ألم تر إلى الذين يزعمون أنهم آمنوا بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك يريدون أن يتحاكموا إلى الطاغوت وقد أمروا أن يكفروا به ويريد الشيطان أن يضلهم ضلالا بعيدا. إذا قيل لهم تعالوا إلى ما أنزل الله إلى الرسول رأيت المنافقين يصدون عنك صدودا. فكيف إذا أصابتهم مصيبة بما قدمت أيديهم ثم جاءوك يحلفون بالله إن أردنا إلا إحسانا وتوفيقا. أولئك الذين يعلم الله ما في قلوبهم فأعرض عنهم وعظهم وقل لهم في أنفسهم قولا بليغا. وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا ليطاع بإذن الله ولو أنهم إذ ظلموا أنفسهم جاءوك فاستغفروا الله واستغفر لهم الرسول لوجدوا الله توابا رحيما. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So we are continuing with the commentary of these verses we began yesterday, and basically the just sort of summary of that is that a munafiq and a Jew had a dispute. They went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He gave a judgment. The munafiq was not happy with that judgment, so let's go to somebody else, get a second opinion. And the second opinion after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is definitely not acceptable. This is a disbelief in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Disbelief in Rasul is disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they went to Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. What's your opinion in the matter? His opinion was, you don't deserve to remain alive. And he was taken out. So now the group of the munafiq, the other munafiqs like him, oh, this is terrible, how could something like this happen? And so here we have فَكَيْفِ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ. So how will it be when some musibah comes on their heads as a result of their nifaq in this case, or this is a repeated scenario that we see from time to time. And obviously this is the Quranic style, that even though there's an event that might have ushered in the revelation of a particular verse, but of course it has universal application and will be applied from various times to times in various situations. We have munafiqs then, we have munafiqs now, continuously. So we have this kind of situation. So what about when this kind of problem comes and they come to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they say, oh, we didn't mean anything wrong with that. We had no ill intentions. We didn't have disbelief in Allah and His Rasul. We just wanted a second opinion. We wanted to make harmony between the people. We hear this a lot today, right? We don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. We have to get along with everyone. So we have to get along with Satan and his friends as well. No, we don't have to get along. Inna shaytana lakum aduwwun fattakhiduhu aduwwa. Satan is your avowed enemy, so treat him such. You can't make a pact, or you can't make what we call a sulah. You're never going to be able to have a reconciliation between shaitan and Bani Adam. It's never going to happen. So there's a continuous warfare here. So they come and they say, well, maradna illa tawfiq wa ihsana. We just wanted to, have a situation where everybody would be comfortable, and therefore we look for a second opinion. فكيف إذا أصابتهم مصيبة بما قدمت أيديهم ثم جاءوك يحلفون, and also يحلفون بالله والله. Well, and this is also a very, very crucial point here. We don't start swearing in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and taking oaths, taking the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lightly. That's one thing. Imam Shafi'i radiallahu anhu, they say that he never used to swear, period. Because it's a very, swearing by Allah about anything is a very, very heavy and very weighty thing to do. They're not only, they're not taking it seriously, they are swearing about things which are actually outright lies, And this is also, so if somebody just starts swearing to us, we don't just take it on face value. Who is the person? What are they? Just say, Wallahi, a Muslim can never take the name of Allah with in untruth or in lies. So if he is in fact a person of Iman, yes, that's true, but who knows? So therefore, they are swearing by Allah. We had nothing but good intentions. We didn't want to accept ihsan, we wanted goodness, we wanted to bring harmony to the people. So whatever they're saying, whatever they're swearing, Allah knows what is in. These are the people whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in their hearts. فَأَعْرِضْ عَنْهُمْ. Leave them. Turn away from them. وَعِذْهُمْ. Don't pay attention to their excuses, their swearing and their oaths and all of this, but know their real situation, know their real condition, and admonish them. وَعِذْهُمْ. Maybe, if Allah wants, maybe they'll come to their senses. If not, they've been admonished in any case. وَقُلْ لَهُمْ فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ قَوْلًا بَلِيغًا. And say to them a word and a speech and address them in a way that's going to penetrate their hearts and their minds. If in fact Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants their minds and their hearts penetrated with truth. Balighan. So balagha, actually, we have the science of balagha, rhetoric. So rhetoric is not just to show off how wonderfully we can, our craft of speech is, but actually balagha is too, that the speech or what is being said should enter and have an impact on the mind and on the heart, particularly on the heart. And so this is the instruction to Rasulullah regarding these people. And then the overriding principle, we have not sent a messenger except that he should be followed. You don't take second, third opinions. Once the Prophet has given you the verdict, whether in his lifetime or we have a sunnah established from Rasulullah and his saying in a particular issue, it's to be taken. There's not a second opinion in the matter. And now again, style of Quran again, and exposing them and their filthy condition inwardly and outwardly. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to keep the door of mercy open for everyone if they wish to turn back to Him. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and if only they had, after wronging themselves like this or in any particular situation, and they came to you and they were actually seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that you should also seek forgiveness for them as well. Right? They would have found Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tawwab rahima. They would have found Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala returning to them and repenting to them and turning back to them with His mercy and His kindness and His tawfiq. If, and it's a big if. So people of nifaq generally don't come back to that situation. But the door is always open, and the door of tawbah is always open until hatta yughargir, until the ruh is being extracted and up to the throat, or the major signs like the sun coming up from the west after its setting, when the doors of tawbah are closed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always extending the hand of rahmat and acceptance for those who come back to Him. One last point. So here they come to you, O Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they seek forgiveness from Allah, and they seek from the Rasul. So can we ask Rasul to forgive us or ask for forgiveness? Actually, Allah Rasul is not going to forgive us, but he can ask for forgiveness, just as we ask for anyone to ask someone to pray for our forgiveness, our tawfiq, etc. So obviously during the lifetime of Rasulullah, it's very clear in the Quran. So what about after his death? So after his death, he's no longer with us. However, when you're at the grave of Rasulullah and you say, Assalamu alayka, we don't say this everywhere. We say that at the grave of Rasulullah because he is actually he's hearing our salam. And not only he's hearing our salam, he is returning the salam. And there are stories of the Bedouins. There was a Bedouin who came to Medina Munawwara. And he came to the road of Rasulullah and he fell down in sajda. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to come to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, I come to you and ask you to ask forgiveness for us, ask Allah for forgiveness and ask you to seek forgiveness for us. And so according to the story, it's a riwayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. So a sound was heard, a voice was heard that you have been forgiven. So obviously, of course, that is a sort of bone of contention we have in the camp that doesn't accept anything like this. And of course, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam can only ask, he makes dua, he will make shafa kubra for the entire humanity that the Qiyamah should start, and he will also ask for excuse for his ummah, even those who have the major sins. So in any case, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he may excuse us, he may keep the doors of mercy and forgiveness open for us, and save us from the traits of the munafiqeen that we have heard about and that we'll continue to hear about. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq for all that he loves, save us from all that he is displeased with. Ameen thumma ameen wa akhira da'wana. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.